The following program contains dangerous stunts that should not be reenacted and mature material. Viewer discretion is advised.
Now on Whacked Out Sports, we've got a special edition called Winter Blunderland. For this guy, it's welcome to Mount Buried Alive. How'd you like a ski where the sun don't shine? Plus, carving out your own spot at the local bank. How to become a human ice cube. And our freaky fan of the week avoids unsightly tan lines. Then our Whacked Out Sports Top 5. Live life on the edge. On Whacked Out Sports, right now. Welcome to Whacked Out Sports, the show that gives you memories and scars to last a lifetime. Today we'll be training our cameras on those clueless thrill seekers and misguided daredevils who grab life by the horns. The men and women who go for it and hopefully end up getting it. Let the pain parade begin. For fresh-packed fun in the H2 snow, you just can't beat what Alpine daredevil TJ Carruthers does for giggles. Create natural disasters. Holy crap, the whole mountain's coming down. That's 3,000 tons of frozen water chasing him. And who knows what jagged rock scavenger hunt his butt is on. How could something like this happen? TJ starts out fine. Okay, gets a little fancy with the jump and... oh! He forgot he was boarding down Mount Buried Alive. See, this is why I don't ski. That and I can't afford lift tickets, and I don't have the thighs for ski pants. By the way, for all you babies out there who are worrying that this might be TJ's last avalanche, suck it up, because he's gonna be just fine. Wave to your fans, dude. Amazingly, he didn't break a single bone, but they had to put him in a microwave to thaw him out. Let's keep the Winter Blunderland Bruise Cruise moving with skiers who never met a rail they didn't want to grind. Here's a few fun facts for all you skiers out there. Skiing was invented in ancient Egypt around 2500 BC. What do you think the pyramids were for anyway? The first U.S. president to ski was George Washington, who left his men shivering in Valley Forge to hit the slopes with some hotties up at Sugarbush Mountain in Vermont in 1776. Skiing wasn't always a hobby of the rich and fancy. In fact, the word ski comes from the Norwegian word skeevy, because back in the day, most skiers were kinda skeevy. So, that should give you some topics for small talk the next time you're stuck on a ski lift with a stranger. They call it the light. Race car drivers, skaters, BMXers, snowmowers, and surfers all know it. Many have seen it. It's that moment of transcendent bliss that comes right after you crash. The worst part's over and you realize you're not going to die. You're overcome by this rush of joy and relief. Any pain you feel goes away for a second and you let your muscles relax. That's the exact worst time for this to happen. This is the sound of a mellow being permanently harshed. This poor guy's gonna have flashbacks for years. Every time his wife turns on the dishwasher, he's gonna be like, ah! The snowmobile's gonna get me! And hit the deck. From Winter Blunderland snowmobile mowdowns to a snowboard hoedown. If the world of winter sports was a spiral notebook, then snowboarding would be that little scrap of paper that gets left behind in the middle of the spiral when you tear out a page. Why? Because it's the edgiest, fringiest part of the notebook. Am I right? Come on, work with me, people. These two board heads are obsessed with landing their sticks on the top of that snowbank. But so far, the bank is pitching a shutout. I can't decide which is my favorite wipeout. It's either Steve, who somehow manages to hit the wall upside down and backwards, or it's his boy Rusty, who somehow goes 9 kinds of kablooey on the approach. There's mittens flying everywhere. He's like Charlie Brown when he's pitching and someone hits a line drive back up the box. He finds his gloves, trudges back up the hill, and gives it another shot. And fails miserably yet again. But there is no quit switch on a snowboard. Later that same afternoon, booyah! Rusty's in the club. And he celebrates with a 180. Now he's the president of the club. How's Steve making out? Stay after it, bro. Coming up, we get fast and furious with this dope on a slope. And someone needs 2 extra mittens. Plus, it takes tuna to tango? And the Whacked Out Sports Top 5. That's next on a Whacked Out Sports Special Edition, Winter Blunderland. You're tuned into Whacked Out Sports, where adrenaline junkies come to get their 15 minutes of pain. Think your life's boring because you're lying around all day on the couch? Try lying around all day on a gurney hooked up to a morphine drip. From scary skydives to hairy high dives. From broken toes to comatose. Wear a concussion just waiting to happen. It's Whacked Out Sports, the most insane sports blooper show ever.
My adrenaline is pumping.
We're back on a Whacked Out Sports Special Edition called Winter Blunderland. Meet Daryl Murphy, a fairly decent skier with fairly miserable luck. For a few years, Daryl looked like he was on the fast track for the Olympics. But then, on an innocent weekend getaway with his girlfriend in Colorado, he took a bad tumble. He didn't even so much as sprain an ankle, but he reset something in his brain. From that moment forward, Daryl Murphy fell down in every race he entered. Every single race. It got to the point he was so far up in his head, he was a danger to be around on the slopes. But then Daryl had a brainstorm. Or maybe it was a mild stroke. We'll go with brainstorm for the sake of argument. He guessed that if he could return to the scene of the original accident and successfully ski down the mountain backwards, he could reverse the curse. Long story short, it didn't work. Now he's unlucky in both directions. Time to auction off the skis online, D, and maybe pick up a new hobby. I hear air hockey is pretty safe. When it comes to ski resort towns with funny names, Banff is the crown jewel of the Canadian Rockies. It's fun to say. Go ahead, say it. Banff. We didn't catch the name of this BC Betty, but her side saddle mounting technique definitely caught our eye. You don't see a lot of foxy chicks on snowmobiles. They weigh like 5 bills, and in tricky terrain like this, they're hard as hell to handle safely. You never know what's over the next hill, or even where the next hill starts. Bam! Right on her pretty little head. That's so rad! She's totally embedded in the side of the mountain. Somebody tell her that's not how you make snow angels. But don't you worry about our Betty. She's got that smiley post-concussion glow about her. That's the story with snowmobiles here. You take the good with the Banff. These winter crazies have come up with a new way to beat the wind chill. The Tunarama Tuna Toss. And if you've never tossed a tuna, you, my friends, are in for a tuna surprise. All you need for this ridiculous waste of time is a little twine, a tape measure, and a set of manly shoulders, and you're ready to hurl. Oh, and you might need a bunch of tuna. Now, you could catch them and kill them, but it's so much more meaningful when you talk them into it. Any world-class tuna tosser will tell you that strength and style are important, but accuracy is king, because nobody likes to take a bluefin to the face. If this looks like fun to you, and you're not Australian, I recommend professional help. The party goes on for at least 3 weeks. Then once the final fish has been flung and the crowd's all funned out, it's time to recognize these extraordinary athletes and send them home with memories and a stench to last a lifetime. This snowy segment of Whacked Out Sports is brought to you by the letter O and the letter U, in cooperation with the letters C and H. Put them all together and that spells fun. And all these poor dudes will be brought to the hospital by the letters HMO, IV, and DOA. Coming up, skiers who make a big splash. And she catches a cold. How'd he get roped into doing this? Plus, the Whacked Out Sports Top 5. That's next on a Whacked Out Sports Special Edition, Winter Blunderland.
The following program contains dangerous stunts that should not be reenacted and mature material. Viewer discretion is advised.
We're back on a Whacked Out Sports Special Edition called Winter Blunderland. Soviet troops completed their withdrawal from the Republic of Latvia in 1994. So how has life changed since the fall of communism? Well, after watching this clip, I think you'll see that, at least in terms of extreme sports, the Latvians have closed the stupidity gap. Welcome to the world of bowlboarding! To enjoy the sport of bowlboarding, you only need 3 things: a salad bowl, some snow, and a complete disregard for common sense. Take a look at the speedometer. He's going 50 kilometers per hour. That's one speedy salad bowl. He's taken the world of leafy appetizers to the extreme. But of course, you know what happens to salads. They get tossed. This part of the salad bowl, it is where the walnuts were. Thank God, this bowl is made of steel. Of course, Latvia isn't the richest country in the world, and not everyone there can afford a luxury like a salad bowl. But so long as they have shoes, they can always enjoy some quality road skiing. Look out! Feet, don't fail me now! Of course, if the idea of being dragged behind a truck at 60 kilometers per hour isn't scary enough, it's 10 times worse when your best buddy decides to do his patented Ben-Hur impression and take you down. And I think now we know why the Soviets were happy to see the Latvians go their own way. With friends like that, who needs enemies? Well, I'll be a frostbitten ski pole cat. It's time again for one of my favorite annual events, the Snow Country Pond Skim. Generally, the idea is to ride across the top of the water and avoid getting wet. And in previous years, people were pretty successful at it. But for some reason, this year, not so much. Maybe they changed the angle of the takeoff ramp. But for whatever reason, just about everybody hit the drink. I also suspect a few too many hot toddies up the lodge might have something to do with it. It doesn't say much for your confidence if you come down the mountain wearing inflatable pool floaties. You're kind of telling the universe, yes, I expect to crash. On the other hand, it takes a tremendous amount of courage to show up in homemade buttless denim chaps. Well played, madam. Let's keep the winter blunderland booyah-base bubbling with some Snowmo no-no action. That's right, you're not seeing things. That is an actual Ski Dazzler 3000 with the full performance package. We're talking 4-cylinder, 150-horse engine with a kick-ass fuel injection system for crisp throttle response. Yeah, listen to that titanium exhaust. That is one sweet sled. And have you ever seen a finer pair of front shocks? Oh, I could put on some tunes and ride that baby all day. Hey, wait, has that girl been topless the whole time? Why didn't anybody tell me? I've been checking out some stupid snowmobile. Ouch. That would have hurt even with the tube top on. I know what you're thinking. I mean, besides, how do you talk your girlfriend into doing this? You're thinking this is one special kind of girl. Sure, any half-dressed party girl can fall off a snowmobile, but it takes a real classy one to do it in heels. All right, all my frostbitten buds and budettes, it's time for a special Winter Blunderland edition of the
Whacked Out Sports Top 5.
Today, the top 5 whacked out secret agent gadget gifts for Christmas. Number 5, exploding thermal underwear. Number 4, the doofus-seeking snowmobile missile. Number 3, a groin-grinding crotch-buster 2000. Number 2, his and hers bulletproof arm floaties. And the number 1 whacked out secret agent gadget gift for Christmas, the Aston Martin turbocharged salad bowl. Knucklehead reject not included. Coming up, soccer in the snow leaves these extreme athletes freezing off their assets. That's next on a Whacked Out Sports Special Edition, Winter Blunderland. You're watching Whacked Out Sports, where you come for the action but stay for the face plants. If you get off on boarding, blading, freestyling, or just plain watching dudes break bones you didn't even know you had, this is must-bleed TV. We got lip-splitting, groin-grinding, teeth-shattering fun for the whole family. It's Whacked Out Sports, the most insane sports blooper show ever. We're back on a Whacked Out Sports Special Edition called Winter Blunderland. So far, we've been enchanted by a skier takes a dive, a girl who's lucky to be alive, 2 dopes on a rope, and this is what I call hitting the slopes. But nothing can prepare you for a segment we like to call
Olympic events that didn't make it.
When I first heard that glacial soccer was all the rage in Switzerland these days, I thought, and that's different? How? Because the average soccer game moves about as fast as an iceberg. Then I saw it, and I have to say glacial soccer is, quite literally, pretty cool. The field is a little smaller and there's way more scoring. The best part is, it's so damn cold no one takes their shirt off in celebration after the goal. So there's no gratuitous displays of pasty Euro flesh. And the fans are mercifully bundled up and well-behaved, too. What was that? You think just because I'm Swiss I won't smack you upside your head? Don't make me pull out my tweezers or my Swiss Army knife. You hear me, punk? Bend this like Beckham. You're probably thinking, won't running around in sub-freezing temperatures cause a lot of sore throats? No worries, the fans have plenty of Ricola. Well, looks like it's time to pull the plug on this one. That's all the bone-cracking, head-banging, rump-roasting action we could cram into a half hour. So till next time, don't just be a watcher, be a doer.
Produced by Mighty Oak Entertainment.